No, your battery is running low. Some features may be limited. All right, I'll plug it in. Back to business. Let's say you were in the secret trade of black market merchandise. Now that you might have a purse like, oh, I don't know that one. But you found somewhere and, you kept it or didn't keep it or whatever. I got to plug this in somewhere. Still use it. So you take a picture of it. That is correct. And the surroundings, or you actually take a picture of it, period. I mean, it doesn't work already, just because. You take a picture of it, there's no receipt. Because somebody left it as garbage on the street in Toronto, Ontario. And then you have, like, it's raining or not or whatever. And the value of it is like zero, but not really at all. The value is that you didn't pay for it. There is always that, right? But anyhow, that you haven't purchased it at a store and there's no receipt, but you're going to sell it or give it away or something, or maybe even sell it, or it's going to be inherited by your children and it's going to be worth money, right? Right. Because it is worth money, because it's garbage on the street in Toronto, like most of it. Let's say a priceless book. Okay, let's see. One of the priceless books was The History of Toronto. Now, this book was not out in the rain, and it was The History of Toronto with pictures and descriptions of Toronto from, like, day one, which doesn't exist, to, before time, to about 1980, a little less, 1970 something, in pictures with descriptions of why this museum was, or what this building was for, what that all with words. It was quite beautiful. I did skim through it, and then I gave it away. That was very quickly in my house. I could sell that on eBay. This priceless book, I could have sold it on eBay for hundreds or thousands of dollars on eBay. Right. Of course, I could have set the price at $5 and sold it for $10 even, or not, on eBay. eBay is forbidding, and you bet I'm kidding. Oh, definitely kidding. Snipe you for sure. Oh, yeah. I got some eye on William Shatner's toupee, of course, because, if there's the toupee, then he'll show up. I promise me. Of course I do. Anyhow. Just saying, anyway. Song by Weird Al. Anyhow. eBay is a fascinating understanding of a very simple. Let's say I have cotton, and I have a lot of cotton. Then I can take the cotton and hopefully wash it. I can find old jeans or whatever, cotton jeans. That's even better than old towels. 100% cotton. And I can wash it, and I can put it in a box, and I can sell it on eBay. Or even store it for a while, or, not just throw it in the garbage. As well as when, of course, cotton is recycled, renewed, and reused. In most traditional stores, even at this rate, at this time, that the old ripped cotton is not acceptable, and that the cotton is worn or tattered, unacceptable, that this is going to be something's going to happen to it, but it's not going to be resold. Something that is rayon might not be resold. Really. Something that is, an acrylic polyester is going to be resold. The cotton, like t-shirts or something like that, if it's clean and really kind of okay, will be sorted out, and this can be used as claws that people at a car wash would use and sold in bulk a lot. A lot. This also, people want to buy new or used or whatever is fine. Is fine. Good luck with that. However, let's say I have objects that I find on the street or somebody brings them to me and I don't pay money without a receipt, and I have a receipt and I give them cash and I write down how much cash I've given them so that I can file my taxes, because my cash is my responsibility and my taxes. I've earned the money and I spend the money on whatever I spend the money on, pretty much anyway, with no receipts pretty much for me, because that's the way it is. Anyway, let's say I want to not have the IRS bother me anymore, which they're going to do for the rest of my life anyway, because they're wrong. But I want to buy somebody's item, and it may or may not be stolen if it's electronics, right? So I really wouldn't purchase old used electronics, mostly because that is a federal offense pretty much in Canada. Okay, anyway, it is. Anyhow, sort of way there. So anyway, I want to buy a purse that somebody purchased at the store, but they put it in their closet for a long time or not, and then they realized that they ran out of cigarettes and want to buy cigarettes at the store or not, and they want to sell the purse, which is fine. The purse cost me, I did sell a purse that cost me about $6.50. And the price I resold the purse for was about $6.50. It was brand new in the package with a receipt, and not only that, but the lady said, I like it, so I think I'm going to keep it, and the price of that was good. Mostly to rip people off and make a con game or whatever. A lot. I don't really live there myself personally. I really don't. Anyhow, some people have old electronics, and, investing in electronics is not really the best plan. Investing in electronics like a VCR or DVD player, which is, not going to be a problem to resell, and a whole bunch of movies, now that makes sense. But reselling a used computer or a cell phone is just, not important. That's a very bad idea. With or without SIM card, and it can be worse. Anyway, let's say I have a musical instrument, but I realize that I have to pay my rent. And I have lost everything. I have no job. I'm going to play music someday. I'm going to, somehow teach music lessons, and I've tried that, but it doesn't, pay my full rent. And I'm holding on to this musical instrument till the very end, and it's the end, and I gotta move back to my mother's and father's basement way over there in some other province in Canada, or just go live in a homeless shelter or whatever, because I haven't paid rent, but I have this musical instrument, and I don't want to live in a homeless shelter, and I don't want to live in my parents' basement, even if they would let me. And then I sell it. Okay, I'm going to sell it probably for the price of the metal that it is, which is just abhorrent to me. And it's going to be stripped down, and it's going to sit out in the rain at a probably some kind of used market, used crap market. And the shoes, I talk about shoes, man. if you could just make money off of selling shoes, there are lots of shoes, so the price is whatever you say. And here's another joke. You could literally give them away with every purchase, and people would like you anyway, and your dog would eat food or whatever, but, just saying, to make money hand over fist, for what, I don't care. I really don't. But anyway, the musical instrument sits out in the rain for a long time. Some guy wants to buy it to put it on his wall. I thought I would purchase all of them at cut rate discount prices if I could, because I worked my way up to being a real person at all, and I was going to buy all of them as much as I could and give them to the Toronto Public Library, and I was wrong immediately. I had a trumpet and a trombone, and the trombone and the trumpet went away immediately, were gone immediately. That's the way my life is. Anyway, mostly because even at that, I live in prison, right? I do live in prison. I was at CAMH, the habeas corpus. I was free and clear medically to leave the psychiatric facility. However, I must be required by community treatment order rules to be assessed every month so I can maybe be Form 2'd, so I can be assessed, so I can maybe be in the hospital or not. The actual literacy behind the community treatment order or whatever. Progress Place, the wardens here, and they're the non-profit or whatever they are. There are other places I could have lived. My rent was done. I was done with this. It was August. There was no more obligation of mine to pay rent. I said, I'm not going back. I had already told them that I wasn't going back. They formed me, whatever. I was done with that. They said, okay, that's fine, but we're going to withdraw rent money from your account. But I had blocked my account, and they could not get the money from my account. Although I did go to the bank, and the bank said, yeah, they're trying to get your money. They're trying to pay your rent. I'm like explaining to the banker over and over, every different banker, every time. And finally, I needed money because I blocked the account, so I couldn't have money. And then I needed money, so here I live. That kind of progress. 13, 14, 15. Anyway, there's more than meets the eye. It's like if my mother were here, she could say, there's more than meets the eye. Well, isn't she all that? Whatever her problem is, and enjoy whatever. More of what than meets what eye, and, give up. Does not sink in because people are not of high enough IQ. People spend extra effort instead of speaking German or even understanding that worry means preoccupation. Simply no worries, no worries, no worries until they have feeble-mindedness, and that's that.